Imagine stepping outside late at night, expecting to see the quiet, familiar glow of the moon. But something feels wrong. The sky looks different tonight. You lift your eyes, and suddenly your breath catches. Hanging above the horizon is not the small grey moon you've known your whole life. Instead, an enormous striped planet fills the sky. Jupiter. Its swirling orange and white clouds stretch across the darkness like giant rivers of storm. It's so large that it dominates the heavens, glowing softly but powerfully. The planet looks beautiful, but also deeply unsettling. Jupiter is more than 300 times heavier than Earth, and seeing it this close feels almost impossible. The light from its massive atmosphere spills across the night landscape, turning the darkness into a strange orange twilight. The moment Jupiter suddenly replaces the moon in Earth's orbit, the balance of our planet is shattered. The moon, which normally controls our tides, has a mass of about 7.3510 kilograms. Jupiter, however, is vastly more powerful. Its mass is about 1.910 kilograms, making it roughly 26,000 times heavier than the moon. If this enormous planet suddenly appeared at the moon's distance of 384,000 kilometers, its gravitational pull would immediately begin dominating Earth. Eventually, Earth would approach a critical boundary known as the Roche limit. This is the distance at which the gravitational forces of a massive body become strong enough to tear apart another object held together by its own gravity. For an Earth-like planet approaching Jupiter, this limit would occur at roughly 175,000 kilometers from the giant planet. Once Earth crosses this threshold, Jupiter's gravitational pull on the near side of the planet would become far stronger than the pull on the far side. The difference in these forces would stretch Earth beyond its structural limits. The planet's crust would fracture on a global scale, and the interior layers would begin separating. Within minutes, the entire world begins to notice. At first, it's just a few people stepping outside, staring silently into the sky. Then voices start calling out. Windows open. Phones appear. People point upward in disbelief. Above every city, every ocean, every quiet village, the same impossible sight hangs in the darkness. Jupiter fills the sky so completely that it almost feels like another world floating just beyond Earth. Its storm bands slowly rotate, revealing gigantic swirling clouds the size of continents. Some people feel awe, unable to look away from the breathtaking view. Others feel a strange fear rising in their chest. Children wake up and ask their parents what that enormous planet is doing there. Scientists rush to their instruments, trying to understand the impossible event unfolding above them. But no matter where you stand on Earth, one thing is certain tonight. As hours pass, something even stranger begins to happen. The night itself starts to change. Normally, moonlight gently washes the Earth in soft silver tones. But Jupiter is not the moon. It is more than 11 times wider than Earth, and its massive atmosphere reflects sunlight with incredible brightness. Slowly, the darkness fades into an eerie glow. Landscapes that should be hidden in shadow now shine under Jupiter's orange light. Oceans shimmer like copper beneath the sky. Mountains cast long, glowing shadows across the ground. Even in the middle of the night, the world feels strangely illuminated. When you look up, Jupiter appears so enormous that it stretches across a huge part of the sky, its swirling storms clearly visible even to the naked eye. For the first time in human history, the night sky no longer feels calm and distant. At first, it's the oceans that react. You might not notice it immediately, but something strange is happening to the water. The tides are no longer gentle. Jupiter's immense gravity is now pulling on Earth with a force thousands of times stronger than the Moon ever could. Slowly, the oceans begin to rise. Coastlines around the world watch the sea pull away from the shore like a retreating giant. Ships tilt awkwardly on the exposed seabed as the water rushes outward. And then, it comes back. Massive walls of water surge toward the land, waves hundreds of meters high racing across the horizon. Entire beaches vanish beneath roaring tidal floods. Harbors overflow. But the oceans are not the only things feeling Jupiter's pull. The ground beneath your feet is beginning to respond as well. The same gravitational force dragging the oceans is also tugging at Earth's crust. At first it feels like a distant rumble, a deep vibration spreading quietly through the planet. Then the shaking grows stronger. Fault lines that have been stable for centuries suddenly begin to move. Streets crack open. Buildings tremble as the Earth itself flexes under Jupiter's influence. Massive earthquakes ripple across continents, not in one place, but everywhere at once. Volcanoes that have slept for thousands of years awaken violently, blasting ash and glowing lava into the sky. Entire mountain ranges groan under the stress as the planet's surface shifts and bends. Jupiter's gravity is stretching Earth like a rubber ball, and the solid ground people once trusted now feels unstable beneath every step. Above all this chaos, the sky itself has begun to change. Jupiter's presence is disturbing Earth's magnetic field and atmosphere in ways no one has ever witnessed before. Strange colors start appearing across the heavens. Brilliant waves of green and purple light spread across the sky like glowing curtains. Normally, auroras only appear near the poles, but now they are visible everywhere on the planet. At the same time, the atmosphere grows increasingly unstable. Lightning begins flashing within towering storm clouds, illuminating the sky in violent bursts of white light. Thunder rolls across the landscape like distant explosions. The storms seem almost alive, growing larger and more powerful as Jupiter's gravity continues to distort Earth's atmosphere. Even the air feels charged with energy. The calm night sky humanity has always known is gone, replaced by a restless ceiling of storms and glowing lights that stretch from horizon to horizon. Soon, another unsettling sight appears in the sky. Jupiter is not alone. Orbiting the giant planet are dozens of moons, and some of the largest begin to reveal themselves beside the glowing disk of Jupiter. 4 of them stand out immediately: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These moons are enormous compared to our moon. Ganymede alone is bigger than the planet Mercury. As they move across Jupiter's face, their shadows sweep across Earth like massive eclipses. Night and day begin to change unpredictably as these moons pass between Earth and the Sun. For the first time in human history, the sky looks crowded with worlds. But their presence brings danger. Gravitational interactions between Earth, Jupiter, and its moons begin disturbing Earth's orbit even further. The planet is slowly being pulled into a new, unstable path through space. By now, daily life on Earth has become almost unrecognizable. Continuous earthquakes damage infrastructure across the planet. Transportation systems fail as roads buckle and ports disappear beneath rising seas. As weather patterns become chaotic and sunlight changes due to constant eclipses by Jupiter and its moons, power grids collapse in many regions, leaving cities dark even while Jupiter illuminates the night sky. Governments attempt emergency evacuations from coastal zones, but the scale of the disaster is overwhelming. Entire populations migrate inland, searching for stable ground and food. Meanwhile, Global communication networks are strained as satellites struggle to maintain stable orbits under Jupiter's gravitational influence. The death toll begins climbing rapidly as tsunamis, earthquakes, and collapsing ecosystems make survival increasingly difficult. Days pass, and the giant planet continues hanging above Earth like a silent ruler of the sky. Jupiter now appears so large that its swirling storms are clearly visible even without telescopes. The Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth itself, slowly rotates across the planet's surface, reminding everyone of the immense power of the world now dominating our skies. Earth's tides remain violent, and the planet's crust continues shifting under constant gravitational stress. Scientists understand what is happening. Earth is slowly becoming gravitationally bound to Jupiter. Our world is no longer behaving like an independent planet orbiting the Sun. Instead, it is beginning to act like a moon of Jupiter. Humanity watches this cosmic transformation unfold with a mixture of awe and dread. The familiar solar system that shaped life for billions of years has changed forever, and the consequences are only beginning.
Earth's independent orbit is over. Its